focus on the development of molecular-based techniques for the authentication of the products. Besides this, I also involved in the synthesis of nanomaterials and their application in various fields like DNA biosensor and also in nanofertilizer. And mm, recently, I am going to start a new project for application of nanomaterials in the energy storage system. Without delay, I am moving to my presentation. My presentation topics is the nanobiotechnology in food authentication. Actually, this is a demonstration of our halal PCR test kit, which we already developed during my work at the NANOCAT event. This is my presentation outlines. I will start with introduction, then we'll move to technology, validation, and finally conclusion. Introduction. Importance of food. We know that food is one of the basic necessities of our life because food contains nutrients, which is very essential for us because nutrients plays a vital role in the growth and repair of our body system. It also plays a role for generating the energy for our activities. It also maintains body temperature. Nutrient also keeps the immune system healthy. Therefore, food plays an important role in the promotion of health and disease prevention. For this reason, to consume the food, we have to know the quality of the food. Therefore, it indicates the need for authentication of food. Now I am moving to about the halal food. I believe all of you familiar about the halal food. After that, I am going to present about it in briefly because it will be helpful to know or to better understanding about our project objective. Halal food is any food that is permissible to eat according to Islamic Sharia law is called the halal food. Any food that is to be consumed by Muslim has to comply with its precept. The food should not contain any ingredients that is prohibited or non-halal according to the Sharia. The food should not be mixed with any prohibited or non-halal ingredients during the preparation, storage, manufacturing, or transportation. Halal food which is fit for human consumption should be nutrition and should be allowed according to the Sharia law. Therefore, the authentication of halal food is crucial because some animal species are allowed according to the Sharia laws. On the other hand, some animal species are totally forbidden in halal foods. Now, the food adulteration. Food adulteration refers to the adulteration of food quality food adulteration refers to the alteration of food quality by contaminating with low quality or less expensive materials. Food products that are of high value and undergo a number of processing steps are often target of fraudulent labeling. The causes for the food adulteration. Food adulteration is a business strategy to fulfill traders' profit motivation. Food adulteration due to the lack of knowledge and awareness of the proper food consumption by general public. Food also adulterated to increase the food demands for a rapidly growing population. Food also adulterated to make the food to mimic the on-demand foods. Food adulteration is rampant all over the world. Here I am going to share some scenarios of food scandal from the news media. Horse DNA was found in Tesco beef burger in UK. After testing the beef products of Tesco branded, they found the horse DNA. Another scandal in China, the Chinese police seized approximately 20 tons of fake beef, which was made chemically treated pork. Seller was treated the pork with some chemical to mimic the beef. Pork DNA was also found in halal branded Cadbury chocolate in Malaysia. Even pig DNA was also found in fish products. One researcher group of National University of Singapore tested some fish products, cuttlefish and prawn ball products. After testing, they found the pork DNA in this tested product. There are also food scandal in Russia. After testing, they found the pork DNA in 15 tested samples among the 17 beef samples. Another scandal in China, red meat sold as a lamb. Food scandal also found in Indonesia, where monkey meat was found in meatball. Researchers also published their findings in the literature about the findings of pork DNA in the beef products. The pork DNA was found approximately 85% tested beef products in Europe, and pork DNA was also found in 38% tested beef products in South Africa. Another research group of Arabian Gulf country found the pork DNA in 26% of the tested products. Therefore, the adulteration is very common in all over the world, which indicates the authentication of food products is necessary, and also it needs the development of a reliable and authentic tool for the detection of animal diseases in the food products. Now the impact of the food adulteration. Food fraud has direct impact on the religious belief, because we know that the choice of foods depends on the religious belief. For example, pork is totally forbidden for Muslim and Jews. On the other hand, beef is totally forbidden for Hindus. Therefore, the choice of animal species in food products is important in respect to the religious belief. Food fraud has the direct impact on also public health, because some animal species carry the zoonotic trait, which is very health risks, and some species also carry the allergen after consuming the allergen containing the meat. the allergic reaction is begin to the susceptible person. So there is the health risks for the food fraud. Another impact on the fair trade, uh, the food fraud is directly impact on the fair trade because it decreases the consumer trust and brand reputation. It also directly impact on the wildlife because wildlife is the most target for the adult as a adult grain. For this reason, it directly impact because there is a prohibited or restricted for the use of the wildlife. Now, food authentication. Food authentication is the analytical process to verify that a food product is in compliance with its label description. Why need the food authentication? Food fraud is one of the biggest challenges facing food business today. To overcome these challenges, it needs to authenticate the food products. To assure food quality and safety, uh, food authentication is essential. Economic benefit for manufacturer and consumers is also need for food authentication. To protect the brand and reputation needs the food authentication. Food authentication is also needed to increase the consumer confidence to the specific brand or products. Therefore, food authentication is crucial. Here, the food authentication and origin testing have become increasingly important in recent years due to the growing concern over food fraud and mislabeling. Now, I'm why I need to detect the animal origin as our technique is uh, regarding the detection of animal species in the food products. So we have to know about the importance of animal species detection. We know that there are mainly two sources of food. One is the plant source and another is the animal source. Among these two sources, the major concern about the food authenticity is related to animal sources because of the religious belief. Uh, we know that some species are allowed for the some religions and some are prohibited. For example, I already shown in my previous slide, the pork is totally forbidden for the Muslim. On the other hand, the beef is totally forbidden for Hindus. Another concern about the food authenticity or animal species detection is the lifestyle. For example, vegetarians do not allow any animal materials in their diet. On the other hand, some people like the low fat or low calorie diets. So they also don't allow the higher fat containing foods. Another concern for the detection of animal species is the infectious diseases because according to the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, approximately 75% infectious diseases come from animal origin. Therefore, to know what is the animal species are present in the food items. Is it infectious? It causes the infection. Food allergen. Uh, there some species also carry the allergen. So to avoid the allergen containing animal food to the susceptible person, because after consuming this meat, the allergic reaction is begin. Considering this fact, the detection of animal species is very important in the food products. Now I am moving to the importance of halal authentication tips. The global Muslim population is about 2 billion, representing around 25% of the global population. Therefore, the demand for halal food products is increasing day by day. Halal food products have also attracted non-Muslim consumers because halal food assures food quality, safety, and hygiene. The global food safety testing market expanding rapidly. Now I am moving about the halal food market to know about more understanding about the importance of halal food authentication kit. The global halal market was approximately 7 trillion US dollar in 2020, and it is expected to reach approximately 11 trillion US dollar in 2018. On the other hand, the global halal food market. Here is the global halal market means all the halal market, including the food, beverage, consumers, all items. But as here I am going to present about the food kit, so we have to know about the halal food markets. The global halal food markets was uh, 1.9 trillion US dollar in 2020, and it is forecasted to reach approximately 2.6 trillion US dollar in 2025. Now I'm going to share about global meat product market. As our technology is detection of meat, so had the narrow down about the meat market. The global meat product market was the 838 billion US dollar in 2020, and it is expected to reach approximately 1,157 billion US dollar in 2025. The global meat food production. Here is the global meat market. Here is the meat market. Here is the meat food production. The meat food production was 317 million metric ton in 2016, and it reached 345 million metric ton in 2020. Therefore, there is huge meat market in globally. Even Malaysia also have the good halal food product markets. Malaysia halal market was approximately 68 billion US dollar in 2018, and it is forecasted to reach approximately 113 billion US dollar in 2020. Therefore, uh, there is a increasing demands of the food authentication kit as day by day the global halal market and halal food market is increasing. The to justify the importance of the halal food kits, I am going to also share here the global food safety testing market reports 2023. The global food safety testing market was uh, approximately 20 billion US dollar in 2022, and it is expected to reach approximately 32 billion US dollar in 2018 with a annual growth rate approximately 8%. Mm. Therefore, it is very demandable for the food safety testing market, and it indicates the importance or demand for the halal testing kit. Now I am moving to our technology development. Food authentication techniques. Among the food authentication techniques, the protein-based and molecular-based techniques are commonly used for the authentication of food products or detection of animal feces in foods. However, protein-based methods are suitable only for the raw meats. It is not suitable for the highly processed food products because protein is denatured easily and it is highly heat unstable. Protein-based methods also cannot differentiate closely related species, for example, beef and buffalo, sheep, goat, chicken, duck, etc. And protein-based method is only for the detection of single species. It is not suitable for the detection of multiple species by a single reaction. On the other hand, molecular-based techniques use the DNA molecule as a biomarker, which is highly specific, more sensitive, and highly thermostable. Therefore, it is suitable for the analysis of highly processed food products where there is a possibility of breakdown of the DNA molecules. In addition, the molecular-based techniques can differentiate closely related species. Moreover, DNA-based methods are suitable for the analysis of multiple species by a single reaction. Therefore, it is cost-effective and time-saving methods. Among the molecular-based techniques, PCR, polymerase chain reaction, is the popular and widely used method and applicable methods because of its highly reliable methods, and it is very specific, sensitive methods. What is the PCR or polymerase chain reaction? PCR is a technique used in molecular biology to amplify a single copy or a few copies of a segment of DNA for generating 1,000 to million copies of DNA sequence using the DNA polymerase. For this reason, PCR is called a copying machine for DNA molecules. In the PCR reaction, initially, the template one copy of the template DNA, amplify or generated two copies of these segments. In the next cycle, from the 2 copies to 4 copies, next 4 to 8, and in the after the 4th cycle from 8 copies to 16 copies DNA, and so on. By this way, after the 35 or 40 cycles, approximately a million copies of the DNA segments can be generated, and which is visualized easily. This is the basic principle of the PCR techniques. Based on these techniques, using the PCR techniques, for the first time, we developed a heptaplex PCR assay for the detection of highly conjugated 7 meat species, including beef, buffalo, goat, sheep, chicken, duck, and pig. We developed the heptaplex PCR assay, which can detect the 7 species by a single reaction simultaneously. Therefore, this method is time-saving and cost-effective methods we developed for the first time. All existing method is the only for single species detection method, which is costly, need to analyze the 7 species, need the 7 times time, and also increase the cost of the analysis. Therefore, our technique is more convenient and cost-effective methods. After developing this method, we patented this method, and we give our brand name of this method is the 7-in-1 halal PCR test kit. This is our prototype product brand's name. Now, our PCR components. Our PCR components composed of only 2 components. One is the primers or biomarkers, and another is the master mix. In the primers, there are 17 different primer set. Each primer set specific for each species. To detect specifically for each target species, we design the specific primer set. For example, one primer set for cow, another for buffalo, another goat, and so on. This is the very specific biomarkers for detecting the target species specifically. And in the master mix, have the all chemical reagent in a single tubes. This is very convenient because most of the chemical of the PCR reaction are included in the master mix. So it decreases the handling error. For this reason, these kits are very convenient to use because it has only 2 components, and it is a minimal scope for handling error. Because if it has the more components, there is a possibility of handling error. Because handling error is proportional to the addition of the components in the reaction mixer. Now is the steps involved in the halal test kit. Our kit, at first DNA is extracted from the sample, then PCR reaction is carried out, and finally, the PCR products are visualized as a band. From this band, we can easily detect the species. This is the simple step in our PCR experiment, only the 3 steps in this experiment to identify the species from the food products. Here is the schematic diagram of our 7-in-1 halal PCR kits. At first, the sample is collected, and then the DNA is extracted using the DNA extraction kit. It is easily can extract DNA from the food sample. After extracting the DNA, the extracted DNA and it containing the master mix and biomarkers are mixed with this DNA, and this mixture was performed the PCR reaction. After the PCR reaction, the PCR product is visualized by gel electrophoresis. After the gel electrophoresis, the bands of the corresponding target species are visualized naked eye. Based on the size of the bands, we can easily detect the target species in the sample. This is the technology of this our method. It is very conveniently can detect the 7 target species in a single reaction. Now I am moving to the validation of our technology. At first, specificity was tested for the developed system. To test the specificity, we extract the DNA from the 7 target species and 19 non-target species. That is the result of the specificity test. The DNA from the 19 non-target DNA, for example, the dog, cat, rabbit, rat, pigeon, pork, etc. This 19 non-target species and 7 target species are used to extract the DNA at first. And this when that 7 target DNA are used in the PCR experiment, 7 bands are shown in the gel, indicating the presence of 7 targets. When the DNA from single target was added in the PCR experiment, only single band was shown. For example, when pig DNA is used, shown the single band for pig. Similarly, when DNA from beef was added, shown the band for beef, and so on. On the other hand, when DNA from the non-target species were used, there were no band on the gel, indicating that the system is highly specific. It can only amplify or detect the target species and not amplify any non-target species. Therefore, there is a not possibility of false positive result. Thus, this method is highly specific only for the target species. Next, we determine the sensitivity of our system. The limit of detection of the system was 0.01 nanogram of the DNA at pure stage and 0.5% mean at the admixed matrices. Here is the result. When we use the 10 nanogram DNA in the system and amplify, when decreasing the concentration of DNA, 1, 0.1, and finally 0.01 nanogram. After that, the system can amplify the PCR products and easily can detect the presence of the target species in the products when the 0.0 nanogram DNA was used. Here is the electropherogram peak generating corresponding to these 7 bands, which also indicate the presence of the very lower amount of DNA can amplify or detect the species. Therefore, our system is very sensitive. Up to 0.01 nanogram DNA can be detected using this system. And up to 0.5% of the admixture can also detect using this system. Next, we validated our system under the heat treatment to check the stability of the system, whether the system can amplify or detect the target in the highly processed food products. To do this, the samples are boiled and microwave treatment and finally autoclave the sample. That is the result. When samples were boiled for 60 minutes and shown the band, next samples were boiled for 90 minutes. After that, the system can detect the target species. Next, we also treated the sample using the microwave treatment at 600 watt and 700 watt. In both cases, also can detect the species. Finally, we treated the sample under autoclave system for the 20 minutes, which is the highly food processing treatment. After that, our system successfully amplified and detected the 7 target species. That is, the 7 bands are clearly shown in the gel. It indicates that our system is highly stable under the food processing treatment. Therefore, it is suitable for the detection of animal species in highly processed food products. From our result, we can conclude that our system is highly specific, highly sensitive, and highly thermostable. That means it is suitable for the analysis of highly processed food products. Therefore, our system is a reliable and authentic tool. This system has been patented. Now we are going to commercialization of our products. Our prototype name of our product or brand name is the 7-in-1 Halal PCR test kit. It is our brand name, 7-in-1 Halal PCR test kit. We would like to two different service of our kits. One is the lab service where the customer or manufacturer can send their sample to our laboratories. After testing, we will provide the result by 24 hours. This is our lab service. And uh, there is another service, any uh, food or meat testing laboratories or the food manufacturer can take our PCR kits with some condition, and they can use this kit in their laboratories for analysis of food products if they have the facilities. Even meat manufacturer, if they have the laboratory facilities, they can use our these kits for analysis their meat products. This is our two different commercialization service we are going to commercialize for this PCR test kit. Now I am moving to our another technology, which is the DNA biosensor. Although PCR-based techniques is the reliable, authentic, and tactical tool still now widely used the PCR technique. However, PCR technique is the time-consuming and costly techniques, and it needs the laboratory setup. For this reason, nowadays researchers pay more attention to the DNA biosensor, because DNA biosensor is the simple method and it is rapid, inexpensive, and field-based method. For this reason, we are also moving to the DNA-based sensor. We are also working about it. So I am going to share about this project. Biosensor is comprised of a biological recognition elements and a transducer that can detect the particular biological reaction and converting it into a signal. The step involves in DNA biosensor. First one, the formation of DNA recognition layer. It is the first step of DNA biosensor. Next, actual hybridization events, and finally, transformation of the hybridization events into an electrical signal. This is the simple step. Here I am going to present the schematic diagram of the developed biosensor. Here we use the transducer. This is the electrode. This is the screen printed electrode we used here. Initially, we modify this electrode with graphene oxide nanoparticles because after modification, it enhances the signal intensity. Next, we also modified with gold nanoparticles. We modified with gold nanoparticles to facilitate the immobilization of the proof DNA with the transducer, and another cause is that to enhance the signal intensity. That means the modification with gold and graphene oxide nanoparticles, this facilitate the both enhance the signal intensity and also it facilitates the immobilization of the single-stranded DNA group. It is easily by sulfur-sulfur covalent bonding can easily immobilize with the wood nanoparticles. This is our working electrode transducer with the single-stranded DNA group. And next step is the DNA is extracted like the PCR reaction, and this extracted DNA is used in this experiment. When the target DNA come contact with the proof single-stranded proof DNA, it can easily hybridize with the target DNA due to the complementary sequence, because these proof are designed uh, according to the complementary to the target DNA. So due to the complementary sequences, they are easily hybridized to each other. And after hybridization, it generates a signal. Based on the intensity of signal, we can easily detect the presence of the target disease in the food products. This is the schematic diagram of the biosensor. Now I am moving to the conclusion. There is increasing demand of halal authentic kits. A 7-in-1 halal PCR test kit was developed to discriminatory detection of cow, buffalo, chicken, duck, goat, sheep, and pork in a single assay. The detection of 7 species in a single reaction, decreasing both analysis time and cost. It could be a reliable tool for routine analysis of highly processed meat products. Lastly, I would like to thankful to Prof. Dr. Muhammad Rafi bin Johan for his kind support and contribution, as well as the tremendous effort to make the prototypes of our patents. Dr. Rafi, Prof. Rafi is still now giving the tremendous efforts for the commercializing of our prototypes. Therefore, I am thankful to Prof. Rafi for his generous contribution and efforts. I also thankful to our another team member, Miss Nurain Nadia, for her the tremendous effort for commercializing these products. She already contacted to many meat manufacturers locally, even internationally. She also contacted many lab who are analyzing the meat products. So I also thankful to her. I also thankful to the UMCIC for providing the grants to make our patents as a prototype. That's all from me today. Thank you for your kind attention.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Mutalib, for the informative talk. So we have a questions from Dr. Malinda. So how much the cost of PCR or qPCR reagents if molecular-based method is used for the screening purposes? And what is your opinion on biosensor fabrication for screening or detection purposes?
Thank you for your question. This the more common and very necessity about the cost of the technique. Yeah, our it is cost of this analysis of the commercial product by using this is approximately our costing approximately 100 ringgit, approximately this one. But for laboratory or other cost, it will be when it will be commercialized, commercial cost will be more than 100 and this type. Normally, one single species costing is more. Some is the 1,000, 2,000 ringgit for the outside laboratories, but wood can provide it by 500 ringgit or less by a single test and 7 species. Can understand this one?
Yeah, yeah. So, what is your opinion on the biosensor fabrications for detections?
Yeah, biosensor is the more convenient and cost effective. However, biosensor is still now in the laboratory base. It is not the cannot commercially use it for food authentication. Also, biosensor can use in some diagnostic purpose can use, but food authentication uh, is still now in the research under research. It is not any biosensor commercialized yet.
I see. Okay, is there any questions? If no, uh, thank you, Dr. Mutalib, for your informative talk. So, if others, the audience have other questions, can go directly to Dr. Mutalib. I believe Dr. Mutalib will be happy to have a collaborations or answer your question and doubts. So, please join me to thanks again, Dr. Mutalib.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So now we are moving to the second presentation of our speaker, Miss N. So Miss N is a graduate bachelor's degree in materials engineering from University Malaya. So now she is in the final semester of Master in Engineering Science. So Miss N recently working on startup project for the commercializations of a multiplex HALA PCA kits. So without further ado, I'll pass the floor to Miss Ain. Miss Ain, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lee. So good morning to all of you here that are watching online. So first I want to introduce myself. I'm Nur Nadia from NanoCat Research Center. So I'm here now to in extension of the research conducted by Dr. Mutalib just now. Dr. Mutalib have presented the technology behind multiplex PCR kit, which is very have significant impact. So we would like to commercialize this finding so that the community can benefit from it. So let's go to our presentation. So there are several cases reported that food fraud happen in food manufacturing industries where adulteration happen. Adulteration here means the meat source or food ingredient has been replaced or altered with other different species that may be harmful to our health. Then this may lead to food safety and also halal issues where the consumer and manufacturer will be affected from it. As we all know, halal means the Muslim community were not allowed to eat pork, you know. So if the manufacturer, if the fraud is been detected, the manufacturer can be banned from doing business, and the consumer also will have the trust issue in consuming the food product. during our market validation has been done in previous 3 months, 4 months ago. Since last year, we are doing the market validation. There are manufacturers tell us that they have raised an issue about the high cost of lab analysis for their food product to be tested and verified. So this is why we come out with our product from we introduced 7-in-1 halal PCR kit. Okay, 7-in-1 halal PCR kit, where manufacturer can verify the originality of their meat source by using our multiplex PCR kit. We will collect the food sample from the manufacturer, and the sample will undergo the DNA extraction process. The extracted DNA then will be mixed with our special patented biomarkers and undergo lab analysis. The good in this is the result of the food sample can be sent out to the business owner, to the manufacturer within 2 working days. So we provide a comprehensive system where the customer, means the manufacturer, no need to come to the lab, but instead we will collect the samples by using the courier service, and the manufacturer can easily track the status of their sample with our provided tracking system, and also make payment using our provided online tracking system. So they will be less hassle. They can easily send their sample to be verified whether the meat source is real meat or not. There are some cases that during the validation process, that manufacturer order meat, beef, but they receive the different ingredient such as buffalo and so on, and buffalo mixed with chicken. So that this will lead to their reduce in revenue because of the price of meat are higher. They pay for higher price material, but they receive the cheap one. So therefore they can use, they can send their raw ingredient to us, and we test, and they can have their result within 24 hours. So how does this research benefit? This research, this multiplex PCR kit can detect 7 species in one time. 7 species, which is chicken, duck, goat, pig, sheep, and also buffalo. This is also a DNA-based method where it is very accurate, 99.9% accurate. And this research also can have bulk sample testing. We can test up to 90 sample in one time. So this is will bring more time effective for the manufacturer. They can send, let's say they have 15 food products, so they can send the 15 food product in one time. They can have result. So we also provide online submission system where it's integrated. They can send their sample and key in their sample information there. And we also can upload the result of their species in their submission system by they will register their account with us. We also offer fast detection because we can detect the DNA of animal species in less than 24 hours. So we can save more time to have the result. So this is the market size for meat food industries. For global processed meat food industries, there are 519.4 billion USD market over there, and Asia processed meat food industry is 346.8 billion US dollar, and Malaysia processed meat food industries is valued up to 2.1 billion US dollar. So we are going to capture this market segment first, which is Malaysia processed meat food industry. So this is the revenue model for this commercialization project. We target only 40% from the meat manufacturer, meat food manufacturer in Malaysia. So 40% from them will come out 200 sample. So 200 sample, we charge them 2,500 ringgit per sample. That will bring our revenue up to 500,000 ringgit. So how are we going to penetrate the market? So first, we will join the Southeast Asia Halal Festival so that the industry can recognize us first, so that we can ask them to do food testing and verification. Next, we also need to do a partnership with food industry associates, and also we are looking forward to conduct an event on food safety and also halal industry. This is important where we can collect all the database of food manufacturer that are available there. So this is our competitor. We are the first in the market that have 7 species detection in one time, and we are also in the first who are using multiplex PCR kit. In the market now, they are offering only single detection of species, which is more mainly pork detection and also beef detection. So this is how we place our product at. We are the most convenient and the most affordable compared to our competitor. We offer the online tracking system compared to them, and the main key point here is we offer the lowest price, which is 2,500 ringgit per sample, compared to a recent price is ranging 3,000 up to 5,000 ringgit per sample, and only to detect single animal species. So this is how our growth strategy. We are expected to have our revenue back in second year, which is we targeted to collect our revenue up to 1 177 ringgit in the second year. So within 5 years, when we targeted in 5 years, we already penetrate the East Asia market region, and this will bring the revenue up to 1.5 million ringgit. So this is our achievement. Last year we entered the competition of Pencipta, where it is held in Kelantan, University Malaysia Kelantan, and we managed to get the bronze medal. So this is our team, me as the CEO, and Professor Dr. Muhammad Rafi'i bin Johan as our chairman, and Dr. Muttalib Hussein is the founder of this technology. So what are we looking for? We are looking for collaboration with industries, so that we can get all the food manufacturer to have their food product to be verified, and it can enhance their trust to the consumer, where the originality of their food product can be verified and established from the lab tested in UM. We also looking for secure funding for our lab accreditation and compliance, and we are looking also forward on more meat species detection in single test. We would like to add on our meat species detection in single test. So that's all my slide deck for today. So I'm open to public to ask any question, and also to our moderator, Dr. Lee, if there's any question, we can discuss and share our experience here.
All right. Is there any question from the floor? Right. Thank you, Ms. Ryan, for your informative talk. I just have a very short questions. Actually, I would like to know what are the challenges in nanobiotechnology for the food authentications?
Challenges is where when we approach the food manufacturer, they don't feel that to have their product to be tested is crucial, you know, because there are no regulation that you need to do this testing to have your product to be sold. So there are no urgency to run this kind of testing. I think this lab testing is this is the biggest challenge lah, that we have. So because we are going to business approach, mean business to business approach, where our customer is mainly industrial food manufacturer, where as we all know, food manufacturer is a business base. They as much as possible, they want to reduce their cost, right? So if there's no any regulation or needs for their food product to be tested, so they don't send their food product to test. You know, they just send for the requirement only.
I see. So meaning you need to increase the awareness of the food industry in order to test for the meats, whether they are halal or not, right?
Yes.
All right.
So
all right.
that's why we are raising fund to for also create the awareness in public and business owner, so that they can feel that there is a must for them to have their product to be tested and verified.
So is there any strategy to enhance the testing? I mean, from the food industry?
Yeah, for now, we are approaching the local authority, like halal development, so that we can collaborate with them. So we can collaborate with halal development. So we can encourage all these meat manufacturer to have their product verified. We instead, besides that, our product is the lowest compared to the market that offer this service for now.
Okay, I see. So again, thank you for Miss Rai Nadia. And if the audience have the answers or have the questions, please kindly ask Miss Rai Nadia. Okay. So for the audience, please kindly scan the QR code to get your certificate of participations. So this is the QR code, right? Please kindly scan and you will get the certificate of participation right away. So then to join us back for the Minggu Science Negara for the next sections held from 2 to 3 p.m. on the real-time demonstration of wastewater treatment using nanocomposite materials via column-based reactor system by Dr. Zaira. All right. So I will see you there. Thank you and have a nice day.